Up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just longer fight than the first time around. I'm sure that cage experience helped you out a lot. Just how'd you feel about the performance tonight compared to the first time around?
I like the experience in there a little bit. I think it was kind of fun to hit someone 100% too, just go all out. So that kind of got me in a weird mindset where I started going crazy and hitting them, and then I heard my coach say jiu-jitsu, and then I kind of switched back to myself. But it was a good experience to kind of feel that, because the ref was saying I'm going to stop it, so I got all crazy, and then the guy had a second wind, and I felt like I was a little tired, so I was like, all right, you know what, you can't just go crazy like that. I was like, you're smarter than that. You watch MMA your whole life. Why'd you do that? So I feel like it was a good experience.
Yeah, definitely. And did you credit his submission defense more than anything for kind of, taking a little while to get the finish, or was it just something you were kind of methodically working towards?
No. That guy's someone I probably wouldn't even do a round with. My jiu-jitsu is another level. He was just trying to survive for his life, He just wanted to say he lasted with Dillons Danis. So it's hard when a guy just doesn't want to fight. He just wants to sit there and not move. But, with me, you're going to get tapped eventually.
What do you think makes sense for you going forward from here?
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. We'll just see. Just keep going. Why not? I'm only 2-0, and that guy had almost 30 fights. People like to get mad at me for this and that, but that guy had almost 30 fights, and I only had 2 fights. I never fought amateur, nothing. So, they'll see. Everybody will see.
Yeah, and it's something we kind of talked about pre-fight, and I can transition to Scott asking a little bit here. The development of Dillon's career, and someone like Valerie, and there's the contrast to what happened with Aaron Pico. A lot of talk about that. Just what do you see for Dillon's future, and how do you think is the best way to bring him along?
I think for Dillon, we would like to get him back in as soon as he's healthy and ready to go. And really, frequency, I think, for these young athletes. And when I say young, it's young in the cage, fighting in the cage for Bellator, because it's different. It's not like you're fighting on a jiu-jitsu mat and somebody's punching you in the face and someone's trying to hurt you. And so it's a different energy in there. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. But for Dillon, I think that he's got a great career ahead of him. I think that he's proved himself proved to us that he can do it. And I think it's just frequency and repetition that will take him to the next level.
Dillon, my question is for you.
Yeah.
You fought your last 2 fights at 175. That's a catch weight. Is the plan to go down to welterweight, or is the plan to move up to middleweight?
I kind of like doing the Dillons Danis way. I kind of want all the guys to come and fight me. So if I could do it, why not? Make my own weight division. Everybody wants to do it, but they can't. So I think it's pretty cool. But I can make 170. I think eventually one day I'll make 155. I don't even care about the weight classes or anything. I said I would fight Ryan Bader. I don't care. I came from jiu-jitsu where you fight anybody 7 times in one day. So size doesn't matter. Men is let's just fucking do it.
Question for Dillon. You and John Kavanagh seem to be really gelling together, but with him based in Ireland, you based in New York, do you think that you're spending enough time together to get the most out of that relationship?
I think so. We stay in contact almost every day. Me and Connor stay in contact almost every day. Fighting is not just all physical. It's a lot of mental. So those guys have both. And, I could learn anything, even over text messages. When I was doing sparring for this fight, I would send it to them almost every day, and they would give me a list of feedback on what I was doing. So, when you want something, there's a way to do it. So when there's a will, there's a way.
And a question for Dillons Danis. Dillon, you survived the Drake curse. How does that feel?
Yeah, I was a little worried about it before, and you asked me. I was like, oh, shit. You keep reminding me. But no, like I said, man, there's no fucking such thing as curses and all that. But I feel like it's kind of cool to be the first person to kind of debunk it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then one last one. I know you were in suspension, and you told me that was killing you because you couldn't compete.
Yeah.
What can we expect from you in 2019? How busy are you looking to stay?
I'm fine now. I wouldn't mind to go again, next weekend. Doesn't matter. I'm used to competing in jiu-jitsu almost every weekend. So, yeah, just keep going. Finally get the suspension past me, and just keep doing it,
If Toronto won, doesn't that make them the second?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, no, it's only in fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you trying to ruin it, man? I
Oh,
don't know who said that, but
okay, fighting, yeah, my bad.
let me have a moment.
Oh.